I don't expect my love affairs to last for long. Never fool myself that my dreams will come true. Being used to trouble, I anticipate it, but all the same I hate it. Wouldn't you? So what happens now? So what happens now? Where am I going to? Where am I going to? Time and time again I've said that I don't care, that I'm immune to gloom, that I'm hard through and through. But every time it matters, all my words desert me, so anyone can hurt me, and they do. So what happens now? So what happens now?
Take your picture of another world.
Where am I going
You'll get
to?
by, you always have before.
Where am I going to? Call in 3 months' time and I'll be fine. I know, well, maybe not that fine, but I'll survive anyhow. I won't recall the names and places of each sad occasion, but that's no consolation here and now. So what happens now? So what happens now? Where am I going to? Where am I going to?
Don't ask anymore.
This week we are talking about moving on. So, at the beginning of this month of July, after 9 years of living on a farm in the KZN Midlands, we have been given notice. It would appear that the farm we are on has been sold, and it is time for us to move on. Looking at it though, the letter that we got, the letter of notice, looked a bit like a summons more than just a letter of notice. And I had to look at this and think, so God is summoning us to continue our work somewhere else, because we have a certain job to do. We have a certain contract to fulfill. Each and every one of us came to this world with a contract. So we could be a little bit shocked, we could be a little bit surprised, and we could be a little bit intimidated by the enormity of the task of packing up a whole household and a business and animals. And we could complain, we could panic. There are a lot of things we could do. But I know that we are not alone. Because just in a very small circle around me, no less than 4 people have gone through breakups in their personal relationships. And not easy breakups. People who have been in these relationships for long times. People who did not see this coming. People who believed that they were where they were meant to be for all the right reasons. And then, due to circumstances outside of their control, everything spins out of control. Everything spins into a place of fear, a place of heartache, and so many other emotions. And you stand by and you look at this, and it just feels so sad. Looking at heartache, looking at the fear of moving on, the fear of tomorrow. Because we never think about it. We never think that far ahead. So that when it does actually happen, one has to stop and say, what now? And this is happening for so many people. So many people are currently going through immense changes. And these changes are happening outside of themselves, which is easy to see. People either give up jobs or the job gives them up for whatever reason. As I mentioned before, relationships are falling apart. People have to move from one home, one city, one situation to another. All kinds of things are happening. But the truth of the matter is that 90% of the time, these external changes go hand in hand with internal changes. And very often, way down the line, when we look back, we realize that what happened was for the highest good of all concerned. It may not feel like that at the moment. It may be painful. It may be daunting. But in the long run, we all grow from these experiences. In the long run, we all make memories where we are. And packing up a house is one thing. Packing up the memories is something that we do not even realize we are doing it. Because it just happens. Only to be unpacked years down the line. Oh my goodness, Facebook nowadays is a different story altogether, because Facebook nowadays unpacks your memories for you. And then you look back at that and you think, my goodness, was I really there? We need not live in the past. We do not want to live in the past. In fact, that is not productive. Living in the future, on the other hand, is also not very productive. Because more often than not, we have no idea what the future brings and what it holds, what opportunities are being brought to us. We could always live with dreams. That is not a bad thing. Living with dreams and having dreams to aspire to is an inspiration, it is a motivation, it is what gives us courage to carry on. But in situations where our future is taken out of our hands, that's a very different story. And that is when we have to stop. We have to stop ourselves from falling apart. And the only way to do that is to literally become present in the moment. To literally be in the moment, feel what we are feeling. Understand what has brought this about. And from there, create a clean slate, even if it means leaving that one slate with all the bad music and all the heartache and all the mixed emotions. Just leave that on the table. Just let it lie there, because you can always go back. You can always add to it, and you can always clean off some of it. But start with a clean slate. Go back to the drawing board of potentiality. Go back and say, who am I? Who am I really? What do I bring to my life? And how do I want to take it forward? I have known people who have stood before the possibility of going to another country, giving up everything, with dreams in their hearts and their eyes, and then that falls through, for whatever reason. And those people have picked up the pieces. And instead of saying, oh no, it's all gone to pot, they've picked it up and they've said, right, that was clearly not meant to be. So what do we want to take with us now? We have an open book, a clean slate. How are we going to go forward? What are my strengths? What worked for me in the past? And what did not? What do I want to take into my future? And what do I want to leave behind? And when, like us, you're moving home, you will find that you can do with a big pick it up outside the door, because there is so much that you have gathered to your chest, that you have brought into your home, that you really don't need. There is so much baggage, so much extra. Why do we collect so much? And more than that, are we brave enough to let go? Are we able to say, I don't need this. I am not dragging this into my future. I am going to let go. I'm going to start over. That is not easy when the baggage we are talking about is emotional baggage. And we all get to a place where we deal with emotional baggage sometime or another, whether it's our children leaving home, whether we are leaving a situation. Emotional baggage comes to and through all of us. And yet we all get called upon to let it go at some point in our lives. But do we need to wait? Do we need to wait for somebody to tell us to take our suitcase to another hall? To go and put our picture on another wall? Or can we stop right now and say, if I look around me, this is what I want to fill my life up with? Or can I look around and say, it is time to cut loose, time to let go, time to travel light? Take a moment to take stock. Have a look at where you are. Evaluate what makes you happy. What just fills up space? What keeps you comfortable rather than happy. Too many people are not unhappy, but by the same token, not really happy. Are you maybe one of those? Take stock of your life. This is a good time as we prepare for spring, the last vestiges of winter, which is going to make us huddle close, because there's a lot of cold coming. And that cold is the cold day of light, which makes us look at things in the open. Let go of what you need to let go of, so that you can start this spring when it comes to you with a spring in your step, a song in your heart, and hope, always hope, and a knowing that happiness is your birthright. Put your faith in God and know that all is well in your world. Our affirmation for today is as follows. True wisdom lies in knowing when and when not to have the answers. Beloved Father, Mother God, we thank you for this time. We thank you for the opportunities that we have. And we thank you for the ability to step back and to see our lives from a distance, to look at our lives as a gift, and of all the changes that we are going through, to be able to look at that and know that these are new opportunities that are being brought to us. Where this brings us pain, where these changes or endings bring people sorrow, heartache, let that too be infused with love, with compassion, not only towards the people who are going through it, but also, if it is us, towards ourselves. Hold us close during these times of unprecedented change, not only in our personal lives, but in the world in general. For everything around us is changing at the moment. Your world is changing. We are all changing. Please hold us close and remind us every day that we are safe and that we are loved. For this, we thank you. Amen.
I don't expect my love affairs to last for long. Never fool myself that my dreams will come true. Being used to trouble, I anticipated, but all the same I hate it. Wouldn't you? So what happens now? So what happens now? Where am I going to?